Hi students, welcome to Roots Academy. Myself Inayatullah, lecturer of mathematics. In our last video, we discussed about relations and some problems. So in today's video, let us learn about a function. That is functions. This function is also comes from Cartesian product of two non-empty sets, and it is a special kind of relation. It is a special kind of relation. We studied in the relation that to define any relation, we need two non-empty sets. That is A and B, two non-empty sets. So in this functions, we will take the help of again two non-empty sets to define its definition. To define the function, we will use again two non-empty sets. So the definition of function is a relation f from set A to B, from set A to set B is said to be a function if each and every element of set A, must have a unique image in set B. So that is the definition of function is, it is a relation f from set A to B said to be a function if every, that is each and every element of set A must have unique image in set B, or this is also called a mapping from set A to B. So this is the basic definition of a function. So I'll repeat, the definition of function is if each and every element of set A must have unique image in set B, then that kind of mappings is called as a function. And in mathematically, it is denoted by f from A to B. F from A to B. Because a function is denoted by small f. A function is denoted by small f. So in this way we will denote mathematically, that is A to B. Now we will see geometrically. Let us try to understand the functions using some geometrical definition of diagrams. But here, if I take the set A as 1, 2, 3 and set B as A, B, C, two non-empty sets, then let us take the mapping like this. This is F, set A and set B. The elements of set A 1, 2, 3. Elements of B are A, B, C. I'll take few more diagrams so we can understand better. It is F. This is set A, set B 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. Okay. The mapping here it is like this: A 1 to A, 2 to B, and 3 to C. Here 1 to A, 2 to B, 3 also to B. Here one more diagram. A, B, F, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. If one is related to A and it is related to this, then if it is related to like this, okay, I'll make it later. Then next one more diagram. Set A, set B, F, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Okay, now here this and this. Okay. Here I draw the 4 diagrams. Let us see which will be a function, which will not be a function. So as the definition of function says, each and every element of set A must have unique image in set B. So here the first one, in the first one, see, each and every element have its unique image. Yes, this is a function, no doubt. Then second example, 1, 2, 3. Yes, these 3 elements has unique image. Here 2 and 3 has image B. Yes, 2 has only one image, as well as 3 also has only one image. So this is also a function. Now here 1 is related to A, 2 is related to B, but 3 is not related to any element of set B. So this is not a function. This is not a function, because the definition says each and every element of set A must have image, but here 3 doesn't have any image. Next, in the fourth example, 1 has 2 images. 1 has A as well as B. So 2 images are there for 1. So this is not a function. Not a function. To explain better, if we relate this to our daily life, let us consider the set A is son. These are 3 sons, and set B is his father. We will relate set A as sons and B as father. So in first example here, each and every element of set A, that is, there are 3 sons here and there are 3 different fathers. Son 1, his father is A. Son 2, father is B. Son 3 is son of C. So yes, it is a function, so we can declare it is a function. Next, here A is a father of 1. Yes. B is father of 2 children, 2 sons, 2 and 3. It is possible. The next, here in the third example, this 1 has father, 2 has father. This 3, there is no father for 3. There is no father for 3. So this is not a function, isn't it? It's not possible. Without father, there won't be any son. The next, in this case, here 1 is a son. This son 1 has 2 fathers, A and B. This is totally not possible. So we'll declare this as not a function. I hope you understand the definition of functions. Now, after this, let us move to the next. That is, if suppose X belongs to the set A and Y belongs to the set B. A and B are two non-empty sets. If the X belongs to set A, Y belongs to set B, then of same function, these two are of same function, then this Y is called as image of an element X. Here Y is an image of an element X. Then X will be a pre-image of element Y. Then X is a pre-image of an element Y. And this can be written as Y is equals to f of x in mathematically. Y is equal to f of x. If I write, then it declares that Y is image of x and x is a pre-image of Y. That means if x is an input and it performs under an operation f, then it comes as f of x. Then it comes as f of x. This f of x we can give another name, that is y. So this is output and this is input. If an input x or element x performs under f, then it comes output as f of x, and that we can call it as y. So y is equals to f of x, and in this we will declare that y is an image of x and x is a pre-image of element y. So in general we will represent function like this. Okay. After general representation, next we will go to the three important concepts in our function. That is, first one is domain, codomain, and range of function. These are very three important things, and these things we studied in relations also. But let us see how it will be in functions. So first we will discuss domain. What is domain of a function? So domain of a function is, it is the elements of set A, the elements of set A in which the function is clearly defined. That is, elements of set A in which the function is clearly defined. If it is not defined, then it is not our domain. For example, if I have a function, simple one I will take, just 1 by x. If I have a function 1 by x, so the domain of this function, the domain of this function is the values of x. The domain of x, this function here is the values of x which this function is defined. If anywhere the function is not defined, then that particular value is not comes under the domain of our function. So here in this case, if I put x is equals to 0, in this case if I put x is equals to 0, then it gives not defined, then it gives infinity as an answer. So what we'll call that as this x is equals to 0 is not comes in our domain. So the domain of this function is set of all real numbers but not 0. This is the domain of this function f of x is equal to 1 by x. So the definition of domain is the elements of set A, or you can write values of x in which the function is clearly defined. For any value, if it is not defined, then that value is not considered in our domain. Those values which are defined are called as domain of a function. So the domain of this function is set of all real numbers but not 0, because we know at 0 it becomes infinity, that is not defined. Another example we will take, f of x is equals to 1 divided by square root of x minus 1. In this case we have a root here, and we know that under the root whatever it comes, it should be a greater than 0. So here x minus 1 must be greater than 0, because if it comes less than 0 it becomes imaginary. So we'll take always the quantity comes under the root will be always greater than equals to 0 here if it is reciprocal function. Now in that case the domain for this function will be any value which are greater than 1. Any value which are greater than 1. If we take any lesser value or equals to 1, then the function becomes not defined. So the domain of this function will be any value of x which will be greater than 1. I hope you understand the definition of domain. Now, after this, let us discuss codomain now. Codomain. So it is the simple definition of codomain is all the elements of set B. All the elements of set B are called codomain, or the set B. Set B is called codomain, or we can say the second set is called as codomain set, because the first set will considered as domain set. Next is a range. Okay. A range. The definition of range is the elements of set B. The elements of set B which are having pre-image in set A. So the definition of range is all those elements of set B which are having pre-image in set A. Having pre-image in set A. So in diagrammatically, let us see if this is A and this is B. If this is a function 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. I'll take 4 elements here. If suppose 1 is related to A, 2 is also related to B, 2 is also related to A, 3 is related to C here. Then 1, 2, 3 are the domain, or we can say that set A is a domain. Then this is codomain. Complete set B is a codomain set here. The range of this function here is A and C are the range. B and D is not a range because this B and D doesn't have any pre-image in set A. So this is the definition of range. By the definitions of codomain and range, we can say that range is always a subset of codomain set. Range is always a subset of codomain. After the definitions of domain, codomain and range, let us know about how many functions can be formed from two non-empty sets. For example, if I have a set A, it has an element 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have a set B. Okay, I'll take alphabets A, comma B. Two simple sets, both are non-empty sets. Let us know how many functions can be formed from these two sets. So there are 4 elements in set A. Can be represented as n of A is equals to 4. Set B has 2 elements. This can be represented as n of B, and that is 2 elements. The total number of functions from set A to B, the total number of functions from to B are n of B power n of A. This is the formula we will use to find the total number of functions from set A to set B. So here in this case, the total number of functions are 2 over 4, that is totally 16 functions can be formed from these two sets. So to find the total number of functions, we will use this formula, that is n of B whole power n of A, that is number of elements present in set B power number of elements present in set A. I hope you understand the basic definitions of functions, then domain, codomain, range, and how to find number of functions. If you have any doubt in our video lectures, you can give a comment in our comment box, so we can give the best explanation. And I hope you people are sharing and liking our videos, so other students can be benefited with this. And don't forget to subscribe our channel if you are a new student. Thank you.